G'day everyone, it's Joe here from thekissprinciple.net, coming to you from my backyard. You know, I love shooting vids here in my backyard because it is so peaceful. I love the lush greenery that's around here. It feels like I'm in the middle of the forest. You can hear the birds, the trees swaying. You can even hear my backyard chickens from time to time. It's peaceful. I want to talk this week about our God being the God of seasons, not seconds. You know, we've just recently come back from doing some ministry at Encounter Camp, which was wonderful. And when I walk around talking to people, and, you know, even just a few days ago, I was talking with someone, and, you know, there's a lot of people going through difficult situations. And I can tell they're feeling down, discouraged. They're wondering, when are we going to get to the end point of all of this? They're going through life's challenges. It might be an area of your finances. You're going through financial famine. It may be an area of your health that you are struggling with. And, you know, it could be relationships. It could be lots of different things. And you're just there wondering, when are we going to come to the end of this? When are we going to see some kind of breakthrough in all this? And look, everyone's situation is completely different, so I can't possibly get a grasp on everyone's circumstance. I know that especially during the testing times, it is hard. And I honestly do believe that God teaches us in the valleys. They're the times that when we really grow a lot and we learn a lot. That's been my experience anyway. You know, even at the moment, I've got some areas in my life that I'm going through the valley in. And I'm finding it a little bit difficult as well from time to time. One of the things that I have to remind myself of constantly is that we serve a God of seasons, not seconds. Now, what do I mean by that? We, in this modern kind of age, we can do things, get answers to things, and all we've got to do is just literally push a button, or, you know, get an app for it on our smartphone or our tablet or something. You know, whenever we need something done, we just push that instant cook button on the microwave and out it pops in about a minute. But you see, God does not work that way. If you look at God closely through the Bible, you see a lot of transitioning, and it's slow, it's gradual. Seasons change gradually. They transition from one into another, and you find that when those changes occur, and a good way to look at this is look at nature. Trees slowly drop their leaves. They go into a sense of dormancy. And when they're in that winter period and they're dormant, there's a sense of renewing. There's a sense of healing that takes place. And it all gets ready for when spring comes and everything just bursts into flower, and then you get the green leaves in that. So the point I want to make is that it all transitions slowly. But sometimes what we want to do is we want to just rush God along just a little bit. And we ask ourselves the question, why is this taking so long? Let me give you a bit of an example from my own life. I went through a very long period where I suffered a lot from depression. And I'm happy to say, praise God and Him be the glory, that I kicked depression. Yay. But now look, I could turn around and I could say, but, you know, God, why did it take so long? And, you know, while we're on the topic of why did it take so long, God, what about all this other stuff that's over here and over here? You know, why this, why that, why that? Now, to give you an honest answer, and each person's situation is different, I really don't know. I could never come up with a conclusion. But one of the things I do know is this. In Isaiah, it says, my ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. In Corinthians, it says that we know in part. Now, some of you, we're not going to know everything because we do not have that infinite mind that God does. Our minds are finite. Now, some of you might turn around and say, but isn't that just a big Christian cop-out, Joe, that you don't have the answers to it? Well, maybe, but let me share with you just a very quick story here. Many, many years ago, I was in the workforce in a particular area of industry, and I wanted this promotion, a sideways promotion into an area of business I really loved and I wanted to go to. And I did everything possible. I mean, I nearly stood on my head, I prayed, I, yelled, jumped up and down. Anyone sort of understand what I mean by that? And to make a long story short, it never worked out. I never got that promotion. I had to stay where I was. And I felt very, very upset and very disappointed. Now, 6 to 12 months later, that department or that area of the business got made redundant. Those people lost their jobs. Had I been moved into that department, I would have gone out the door with them. Now, maybe you can call it a bit of a Christian cop-out, but hey, my ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. We know in part. So I'd be more willing to trust the wisdom of God in life than to trust my own wisdom and understanding. So when you're going through these difficult times, and I know there are many, many people that are going through difficult situations right now, what's some of the things you can do? The thing that pops into my mind is this. If you've ever seen a ship being steered through troubled waters or rough waters, one of the things that the captain will say is steady on the bridge. Just take life steadily. Take it easily. Give some time to yourself. Take time to care for yourself, to look after yourself. Don't start huge or big projects or overcommit to things that you might not be able to finish, because you'll end up just beating yourself up over it while you couldn't finish the project. So just learn to transition with the seasons. So if you're in that winter season where you're going through that difficult time, just slow down. Okay, if you're in the summer season, fantastic, praise God for that. But most people at the moment, just take that time out, rest, give yourself some time to do things that are enjoyable. Maybe, just maybe, God is trying to get your attention to tell you, just like it was with my job promotion thing, that you'd like you to change direction. There's something different that he would like you to see. There's something new he would like you to learn. Remember how I said to you, you can learn a lot in the valleys and grow a lot in the valleys. So that is the weekly word. As always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, kissprinciple.net. Like us on our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram. My name's Joe. Have yourself a great week. God bless.